Welcome back. Welcome. I'm Mr. Bitcoin Maxi. And remember, we're all Bitcoin Maxis. Now, I know you all, especially the OGs on this channel, are probably looking in the background like, where is Mr. Bitcoin Maxi? That looks different. I moved. It's a new chapter in Mr. Bitcoin Maxi's life and in his journey and for the channel. And I know you all love these videos where we just talk. I write my scripts and I present them, but I know there's some of you that appreciate my older style videos or vlog, just walking and talking with you all, just connecting, like we're just hanging out. So today in this video, thought I would hit record again before it rains. It's gonna rain this weekend. So the big question, what is a Bitcoin maximalist? What is a Bitcoin maxi? Now, since I've started this channel, I've seen quite a few comments like, what is a Bitcoin maxi? What is a Bitcoin maximalist? Now, a lot of people have different opinions regarding that. However, what I'm about to present in this video is a general categorization of how us Bitcoin maximalists think. And my camera's shaking, I apologize. I just came from the gym, so my arm's a little shaky. I should have did it before, but it is what it is. All right, so Bitcoin maximalists believe Bitcoin is a superior dominant form of money. So I bought gold and silver in the past. I've bought stocks in the past. And then I got to a place where I was like, you know what? I'm going mostly all in on Bitcoin. Now, I know there's a lot of people that say that that's not a good idea, but Bitcoin maximalists, we believe Bitcoin is the superior asset to everything because the Bitcoin maximalists have took the time to understand how Bitcoin works. We've dove into books, we've dove into videos, we've taken the time to send Bitcoin from one wallet to another using fast transaction fees, using medium transaction fees, seeing how fast it goes. And we understand how Bitcoin works on a level that a lot of people don't really understand. A lot of people think that it's still a scam. And I was fortunate enough to start my Bitcoin journey early. Not as early as I wanted to back when it launched, but early enough to start understanding that this is amazing. Bitcoin is not just tech, it's money. It's a form of energy in cyberspace, as Michael Saylor calls it. So number two, Bitcoin maxis think altcoins are distractions and scams. And I know this is going to make some people mad, but it is what it is. Sometimes the truth triggers people. Us Bitcoin maximalists think altcoins are just distractions from Bitcoin. If you look at the last bull run, look at Ethereum. I put some money into Ethereum back before the last bull run actually started, made some money. But then now as I realized, I'm like, Ethereum is pretty much almost the same exact price as it was the last bull run. And since then, Bitcoin was at what, 64,000, if I remember correctly. I don't always look at the price, but if I remember, it was 64,000, and now it's pretty much doubled. Once it hit 124,000, it pretty much doubled. So you have to understand, altcoins are just a distraction, and it's something that, in my opinion, not financial advice, people should just get away from and stop looking at the day-to-day news. Oh my God, I gotta make sure I sell my Bitcoin and rotate the altcoins. And come on, bro. Like, no. All right, number three, sound money philosophy. We value hard money, fixed supply, 21 million, and decentralized monetary policy. The Fed can't print any more Bitcoin. They can print dollars. And a lot of people don't even understand that what inflation is. They don't understand that when the money printer starts, when they give out all these stimulus checks, people don't understand that that's not free. We have to pay that back. We pay it back through taxes and food, rising costs of energy bills. And a lot of people don't even understand that. And that's why us Bitcoin maximalists, we value the fact there's only 21 million Bitcoin, and some is already lost. And mind you, a lot is going to be lost even more because we are still so early to Bitcoin. We are still so early to Bitcoin. It's not even funny. And people think that I missed the boat. No, you didn't miss the boat. You were actually very early. All right. So, number 4, 100% focused on Bitcoin adoption. We are obsessed with education, self-custody, and bringing more people into Bitcoin. The reason why I started this channel was my passion for Bitcoin and trying to get people to understand that you are getting poor. The more that they print money, rising costs of everything going up, and people complain about it, yet they don't want to educate themselves on why this is. And they don't want to, in my opinion, take the time to understand that Bitcoin is a fixed supply asset that you can put your money into. All right. There's a lot of use cases for Bitcoin. To me, it's a store of value. You can buy goods and services with it. And so we are obsessed with constantly educating ourselves on Bitcoin, and we're obsessed with trying to tell people about it. And so we are always passionate about it. And we're so passionate about it because we understand and it excites us that we know how it works. We know where the world eventually is going to go, which is going to be a Bitcoin standard. And there might be some arguments, well, they're going to revalue gold and silver. And look, that's good and all, even if they do that. All right. I'm not saying that's not. For all the gold bugs might be watching this channel, or silver, or if you're diversifying your portfolio. However, can I send you watching this? Can I send you gold right now, almost instantaneously, if you're in Europe and I'm in the US? No. Can I send my Bitcoin from my wallet to your wallet in a matter of minutes? Yes. So you have to understand that Bitcoin adoption is coming. It's going to come, and when it hits, it's going to be very fast and very parabolic. All right. Number 4, long-term hodlers. We don't trade, we stack sats and hold through every cycle. A lot of Bitcoin Maxis, I can't speak for all, but myself, we understand that Bitcoin is very volatile, but we take advantage of the time that it's volatile. We dollar cost average even more, and we set cash aside in order to be able to put when there's a big correction. Like we were just at 124, now we're down to, I just checked the price, 98,000. I think we're hovering 98,000 now. We might go lower, and that's okay, because for me as a Bitcoin maximalist, I like that it fluctuates like that because I have a long-term mindset. When Bitcoin is skyrocketing to 124,000 and everybody's going through the door, I'm stepping back from the door. Everybody's rushing to get more, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to ease off the brakes because eventually there's going to be a correction. There's going to be a correction, and there's going to be people panic selling. So number 6, skeptical of traditional finance. Bitcoin maximalists don't trust banks, governments, or fiat currency that inflates away your savings. So people don't understand, when you put your money into a bank, when you save it, they're actually lending your money out. A lot of people don't understand that. And so governments, they have their spending policies, and for different things, they're trying to help other countries, and you have to understand that that comes through taxpayer money. And a lot of people don't understand that. When they're trying to pass all these laws and trying to, whatever their agenda is, I'm not going to get all conspiracy theory on here, but whatever their agenda is, right? You have to understand that that comes back onto the people. We, the people, have to pay for that. And so we don't want that as Bitcoin maximalists, because we understand that a lot of the banks, it's just becoming something that is not a good way to try and save now. Because back in my grandmother's time, they'd be able to get a minimum wage job, save for a house, and it was a good it was not as hard as it is now. That's because that the inflation wasn't as bad as it is now. And now the system is breaking. So number 7, self-custody culture. Not your keys, not your coins is basically the religion of us. All right. So we believe heavily in self-custody. You have your Q card, you have your ledger, you have your Trezor. That's what we believe in. We believe that if your Bitcoin is not in a hardware wallet, cold storage wallet, then it's pretty much not yours, right? It could be hacked on the exchange, it could be confiscated. And so Bitcoin maximalists are very, very, very particular about keeping their Bitcoin safe. It's every day they wake up, they are very obsessed with every bit of Bitcoin that they stack, making sure that it is safe. Nobody physically or online can breach it. So number 8, view Bitcoin as freedom tech, a way to protect wealth, exit inflation, and gain financial sovereignty. So Bitcoin is a way for us to protect our wealth, and it's the new form of tech. Now, a lot of things now are going digital. And so, depending on how old you are, our kids' generation, their grandkids, and then their kids, and then their grandkids, Bitcoin is going to be, to me, it's going to be very, very expensive by then. And so they're going to look back and they're going to be like, wow, such and such, basically you watching this, are created our family's generational wealth because they understood it and they stuck to their guns on not selling, accumulating, going through the hard times, trying to scrounge change around depending on how much money you make. But they understand, right, that it's a new form of tech. It's the new form of the way things are going to be paid for. Goods and services, being able to just hop on a plane and go anywhere in the world, not having to carry your gold and silver, not having to worry about the company that you bought the stocks in going to zero. And look at Apple, for example. Apple, their new iPhone that just rolled out, I think they lost like what? I don't know the exact number. Somebody in the comments probably can give an exact number, but I know it was a lot. They lost millions or a couple million or something like that on the new iPhone. So you have to understand, with every company, there might and possibly always be a new company that comes out better and stronger. And then that stock goes to zero. Whereas Bitcoin, in my opinion, is going to just keep going up forever. And I believe Michael Saylor as well said that.